Hi, loves, and welcome to the lesson on holding space. So, first of all, what holding space is not, because many people actually go through their entire lives without having somebody actually truly holding space for them. So, let's start by talking about what it's not. Holding space for someone when they're speaking to you and sharing something emotional and deep is not you thinking about what you're going to say next. If you're thinking about what you're going to say next, you're not being present with them. So it is not thinking about advice you want to share with them, some great story that you want to tell them, or making it about you. Holding space is dropping thought and being truly present with them. And that's why your meditation practice is so incredibly important. Because the more you're able to do this on your own, the seated meditation practice where you're sitting on a meditation cushion is beginner's practice. Bringing this into your daily life, bringing this into your everyday moments is why we're meditating. It's one of the main reasons why we're meditating, other than awakening, of course, and enlightenment. By the way, we can enlighten or become enlightened in this lifetime. It used to be the belief system that it would take many lifetimes to awaken. And I've heard that it used to be true that it would take many lifetimes. But where we're at right now in the state of consciousness and the place that the world is now, it no longer takes many lifetimes. So preparing yourself to awaken in this lifetime is what we want to step into. That's the reality we want to step into. And you can also help your clients step into this reality as well. So truly holding space is dropping thoughts and being fully present. And some other important things to keep in mind when we're meditating is to not push any physical touch on someone. So just because we want physical touch when we're in the situation that that person's in, does not mean that this person wants physical touch. And maybe sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. So you may want to ask them if they'd like that. Would they like a hug? You can use your sensory acuity and your intuition to tell you, but also sometimes it's the best thing to ask. Sometimes they may want to put their head on your shoulder, in your lap, or something like that when they're really hurting or struggling. And other times, no, or like sweet, strokes on the head or something like that. Sometimes we don't want that. And also, something very important that I learned from my teacher is when somebody is struggling and you are hugging them or you're touching them in a particular way. So, for example, when you're hugging someone, you're patting them at the same time that you're hugging them. It energetically is saying, hurry up, get over these emotions. They're making me uncomfortable. Or, for example, if somebody's sitting next to you and you're patting your back and you're like, shh, that's energetically telling them, please just go ahead and shove that back inside. And that's not helpful. Obviously, I'm sure that if you're here, you're a very caring and compassionate person. You want to help individuals work through their emotions instead of shoving them down, help them transmute them. And hugs and physical touch can be a beautiful thing when that's what somebody wants. Actually, in fact, those long spiritual hugs, you might be somebody else who loves them. I love them dearly. And the more you can keep yourself still and really focus on breathing with the person, the more you can help them energetically with what's going on. If their breathing is fast or not happening at all, having the 5 count breath, slow 5-count breath, bringing them into your breath is very, very helpful. So now that we're talking about holding space, let's talk about a little bit about what it means to be an empath. I would imagine that it is highly likely that you are an empath. And if you don't consider yourself to be one yet, you probably will at some point on your healer's journey. I didn't used to think that I was an empath, but now I very much understand that I am one. So one of the things that you may already be aware of is a lot of people who consider themselves to be empaths think that the way to best handle that and to deal with that is to put up blocks or shields. If you Google empath, for example, it's mainly going to be talking about blocks and shields. And the truth is, you don't need that. If you're putting up blocks and shields, you're closing down your heart. You are closing yourself down to all the good, all the light, all the brightness in this world. So what we want to do is we want to keep this channel open and remember that we don't have to take on anything that's not ours. We don't even need to keep the things that are ours. So what can we do when this comes up? When we're working with someone else and we feel like we're taking on their energy? Simply direct that energy up or down to whichever powers you're working with. And remember, this could just flow right through you. It doesn't need to get stuck in your body. And that's really what we want to work toward. And this is going to help you show up for that person so much better. You are helping them to transmute it. They're giving it to you. Only do it when they're giving it to you. You don't need to take it from them. If they're willing, you are able to transmute that through yourself, but not if they're not willing. So you can do this by giving this up to the angels, the heavens, the universe, universal oneness, universal consciousness. Whatever your beliefs align with, you can give it there, or you can take it in and you can give it right to Pachamama. She's happy to take that energy for you and transmute it. Remembering there's no right or wrong way to give this up. And you can do this without even making a show of it. You don't have to, put your hands in the different places. You can just feel the energy transmuting to the place that you want it to go to. Knowing that these energies can easily take this and just let it go. You're not giving it to them and now it's bad. They are transmuting it and letting go of it. And you can do this without somebody even knowing. If you see somebody going through their process in a ceremony, you can kindly hold space for them from afar. You can do it by, holding your hands up, receiving and accepting and directing. Or you can do it without even anybody ever knowing. Just taking it and directing it. Allowing it to flow through you as a channel. Not holding on to any of it, releasing and letting go. So thank you for being with me, my dears, today on this lesson in holding space. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.